Today I will be showing how to use the Super Nintendo emulator, otherwise known as SNES 9X-GX. This application runs similarly to the NES one. Same settings as normal, but there is no Game Genie. As well as no Super Game Boy compatibility either. Now, all the games are listed in the big list like this. There is the option for you to use the Super Scope, which I will get to in a moment. But for now, I'll be showing how to play something like Super Mario Kart, for example. Now again, if you press the home button on the Wii remote, it activates this menu. Everything's pretty much the same. Now with the settings here, it does say you can put cheats on, but I honestly don't recommend it. There is audio options if you would like to change how the game sounds. There are multiple different controller options, as is the 2, the 4, the mouse, the Super Scope, and the Justifier. I would recommend playing this game, like if you're playing games that's meant with the Super Nintendo controller, I recommend playing it on the classic or a Wii remote, or whatever else you got. That's not the Wii remote. Reason being because with the Wii remote, certain buttons such as the X and A, or the A and Y buttons are set to the A and B. So it can get kind of confusing playing certain games, especially with certain games having different button mappings, such as Kirby Superstar or Super Mario World. So you might frequently want to change this if you are only playing with the Wii remote. But if you do have the option to play on the classic controller, then you won't have to worry about this. And especially since the Wii remote itself cannot use the L or R buttons, because all the buttons are already assigned to something else. Now, if you want to play Super Scope games, for example, the only one I know of is Yoshi's Safari. So let's go to that real quick. If you would like to play games with the Super Scope, or like Yoshi's Safari, for example, all you will need to do is just like the NES app, you go to the game settings, go to the controller, and set it up to the Super Scope. It works very similarly to the previous one, where it shows a pointer. And the A and B button works as a just A and B button. Just it lets you just the B button's like is the trigger, so as you just start selecting everything. The A button, I believe, is for let's see here. The A button is for the A button is to disable the on-screen reticle. The cursor, I'm not sure what that is exactly. Now you do have the option to turn on turbo or not, which is the up and down since you're holding it like this. Pressing up or down on the D-pad will allow you to turn on turbo or turn it off. And plus is the pause button. Let's see here. Press select. So yeah, look, you can just press the trigger button and it works as normal. And if you just want to switch back, you just go to the controllers and set it back to Super Nintendo controllers 2. For video options, there are a little bit more you could do. Same with like the rendering. You can scale it back again. You can give it different filters, like like a CRT filter or whatnot. And then there's a couple more options you can add, like frame rate, but you don't really have to worry about any of that. Just all you really need to the only thing you really need to worry about is just, like I said, the button mapping. And that's pretty much it. Everything should now work as intended. And there you go. That's how you use the Super Nintendo emulator.